My people, my people. The one true living and sovereign God has granted us another beautiful day. My people, make sure you find time to enjoy this beautiful day. Today's topic is the trickery of the Edomites, aka the Caucasians. The trickery of the Edomites, aka the Caucasians. Sovereign Most High, as I'm about to speak to your people about you and about your son Yahushua, as well as about your kingdom and our sojourn on earth, Most High, I ask you to clear my mind. Send a holy angel right here to protect this place. Let it form a hedge of protection around this place, so I can speak to your people without any outside interference. Most High, send the Holy Spirit to put words, only the words you have placed upon my heart, upon my lips. Let the Holy Spirit warn off all who will try to use demonic and other forces to interfere with my thoughts, to interfere with my mind, to interfere with my memory. All who will try to use demonic and other forces to put words in my mouth that were not in my vocabulary, will try to use demonic and other forces to cause me to stumble over words I am familiar with. Yahweh, you are the one true living and sovereign God who creates everything. You are the only one who can do this. That is why you are the only one I ask for help. My Father, grant me this help. In Yahushua's name I say, let it be done. My Father, my people, our scripture reading is coming from Genesis chapter 25. We are going to read verse 22 to 26. That is Genesis chapter 25, verse 22 to 26. And it says, "And the children struggled together within her. And she said, If it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, Two nations is within thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other, and the older shall serve the younger. And when the day of to be delivered were fulfilled, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bore them." My people, as usual, let me take this opportunity to give you the backdrop of this story. Isaac was a son of Abraham. The Most High promised Abraham that he's going to make his seed as the stars of the skies, as the sand of the sea. What he said, if you can number the stars of the skies, you will be able to number your descendants. My people, at 40 years old, Abraham's son Isaac got married to a virgin woman by the name of Rebekah. However, Rebekah was barren. Rebekah asked her husband, Isaac, to go and inquire of the Lord and request of the Most High, that the Most High will open her womb and give her the ability to produce offspring. Isaac complied with his wife's wishes, and the Most High complied with Isaac's request of him. Rebekah became pregnant. She became pregnant with twin boys. But her pregnancy was a very tumultuous pregnancy. But this time, Rebekah did not ask her husband to go and inquire of the Lord why she is having a pregnancy that no other woman have ever had. She went herself. And in her inquiries, the Most High said to her, two nations is in your womb. Two manner of people shall be separated from your birth. My people, over the course of this series, we learn the definition of a nation, right? A nation is a group of people that has a common ancestry or a common progenitor. They speak the same languages and they have a common culture. That is a nation. So what the Most High is saying here now to Rebecca, you have two nations within you. That means there are two distinct people within Rebecca. That also means that they have to have two progenitor. My people, it is impossible for a woman to have twins of two different progenitor. It is impossible for that to happen. My people, from our studies, we have come to conclude that the progenitor of Esau is Lucifer, the devil, Satan, and the progenitor of Jacob is his father, Isaac. Isaac is not the progenitor, is not the father of Esau, but he believed that he is the father of Esau because there is no evidence to prove otherwise. My people, the evidence that prove Isaac was not the father of Esau came many centuries later. My people, in Matthew chapter 13, when Yahushua gave the prophecy of the wheat and the tares, gave the parable of the wheat and the tares, he was explaining what happened to Rebekah. An enemy came and sowed tares in the field. An enemy came and planted his seed in Rebekah's womb. And the two of them were allowed to grow until the day of harvest. In this case, in Rebekah's case, the day of harvest was the day that she brought forth the two children. My people, they have to exist in the world together. As they existed in the womb together, they have to exist in the world together. My people, Yahushua, the Son of the Most High, in the parable of the wheat and the tares, were explaining what happened to Rebekah. Remember, the Most High in Malachi chapter 1 verse 2-4 say he loved Jacob and he hated Esau. Why? Because Esau was a seed of Lucifer. That is why the Most High hated him. My people, we also discovered yesterday in the study that in Revelation chapter 12 verse 9, in Revelation chapter 13, it says the devil gave to his seed, give the nation, and the nation give the beast, and the beast represent a nation, and the nation in this case is the Caucasian nation. He gave the beast, or the nation, or the Caucasian, his seat, his power, and his great authority. And we discovered yesterday the seat of the devil is the power to be ruler of the world. And we know that the Caucasians are the ruler of this world. The power of the devil is the power over all of the resources of the world. And we know that the Caucasians, although they don't earn all of the resources of the world, they have power over all of the resources of the world. And his great authority is control over the devils, the demons, and the evil spirits over the spiritual world. So my people, what we are seeing here is the Caucasians are not a hybrid, as we discussed earlier. They are full devils. They are full devil. They did not come to fruition based on one of the eggs that Rebecca produced, but they were planted into Rebecca. Full-blown devil. My people, it is believed and it is said that when Esau was born, he born small, but he born a mature man. He was mature. He was a man when he was born. My people, because he was a devil. That is why he born mature. He was a devil. He looked like man, but he was not man. My people, don't forget that in our foreparents call the devil, the Edomites, human. They have the hue of man, but they were not man. My people, and that is what they are, humans. They have the hue of man, but they are not their man. They have the appearance or the likeness of man, but they are not man. My people, we are dealing with the tricks of the Caucasians. One of the biggest lies that the Caucasians have convinced us is because we came out of the same womb, we are the same. My people, remember, the Caucasians came out small, but he was already mature, mentally and otherwise. He had a mature body. But the only thing that happened is that his mature body grew larger. While when Jacob came out, he was a babe, in the true sense in which a baby is born. So we came out of the same womb, but we are not the same. But the Caucasians have managed to convince us that we are the same. And because we are the same, we think the Caucasians has the same limitation that we have. My people, our limitations are conditioned based on our faithfulness. The more faithful to the Most High we become, the lesser our limitation becomes. My people, in a series I did before, I told you of some of the powers that the Caucasian has, that we as man don't have. Some of the power are of the humans. And I give you some stories to qualify these powers. I told you that they have the power to invoke emotions within us. And that is because we are still in our limited state. We have not matured into the gods that the Most High have created us to be, according to Genesis to Psalms 82. We have not matured into the God that the Most High have created us to be, where we will shake off our limitations and be on par with the Caucasians. Devil in his full strength, gods in their full strength. My people, we see this in Enoch. We see this in Elijah, where these two men became God in their full strength. I will not say we see this in Yahushua, because Yahushua is a different category of God than we are. He is a God who existed in the presence of the God of gods, the only God who can be considered a creator. So Yahushua is in a different category to Elijah and Enoch. My people, the biggest secret or the biggest lie that the Caucasians tell man is that the man and the human are the same. My people, remember this. In order for you to achieve your full godliness, you have to deny yourself from indulging in the things that seems pleasureful and delightful to us. And we have to commit ourselves to the Most High Himself. It is only when we commit ourselves to the Most High Himself and deny ourselves from indulging in those things that our physical body wish to indulge in because it is pleasureful and delightful to us, that we are on our way to achieving the godly characteristics that the Most High has placed in us. What does the devil have to do to be developed into his full characteristics like his father? Nothing but to indulge in everything he desires to indulge in. If he felt like indulging in abortion, all he just have to do is ensure that abortion is committed. If you want to get involved in homosexuality, all you have to do is just get involved in homosexuality. The greater the defilement, the more demonic and devilish it becomes, the more power they harness from their father, the devil. So while man, especially the Israelites, have to deny himself and commit wholly to the Most High in order to become mature and achieve his full godly status, the Edomites, the Caucasians, all they have to do is indulge in wickedness, in immorality, and they will be rewarded by their father, the devil. My people, the Caucasians know this. It is their sole intent and desire to do all in their powers to ensure that man do not go in pursuit of attaining his full godliness. My people, the Caucasians in our limited form are able to communicate with us without we knowing they are communicating with us. They do it telepathically. That is the truth. They put thoughts in our heads in such a manner that we think those thoughts are our thoughts. We dwell on them and we get involved in those thoughts that we think are our thoughts. And because we think these thoughts are our thoughts, we think that it is a good idea because it is my thoughts. It was generated by me. My people, how do I know this? Because I was a victim of this. The Most High gave me the ability to identify these thoughts. And He would ask me questions to rationalize my actions. They are able to invoke the pleasure centers of our body using the demonic forces that they have and using the power that their father Lucifer have given them. I told you the story before to qualify this. One time, I was in the law library before the pandemic struck. A friend of mine, a Caucasian friend of mine by the name of Thais, came in to the law library. It's a young lady I got along fine with. Beautiful girl. We became very good friends. So one day, I was sitting away from the computer in the back, and I saw Thais walk in the main entrance of the law library. A thought came into my head, and I said, what do you think of this young lady? She's all right. She's a beautiful girl, but not my type. And I had this discussion with the Most High, who put the thoughts in my head. So I have decided that this girl, this Caucasian young lady, is a beautiful young lady, but she's not my type. She walked into the law library, she saw me, she acknowledged my presence, she knew where I am, that I wanted to be alone because I was doing some work. She went and she did her work. The next day, I was in the same position when Thais walked into the law library again. But this time when she walked into the law library, I immediately became erected. I got a penile erection. And now she was not just a beautiful girl who is not my type. She was a beautiful woman and the most sexy woman I have ever seen. That is why I got the erection. And then the same thought from the previous day came back to my head and asked me a question. How is it you are all erected and aroused sexually at Thais when yesterday she was just a beautiful girl who is not your type? My people, it was a learning experience. The Most High knew what these wicked people were up to, because Thais was trying to induce me into a relationship with her. Not only that, because she knew I had a son in England and her children were in Europe also, she had been trying to entice me for both of us to go to Europe to start a business. I have never told this lady I loved her. I never kissed her. I never made a sexual advancement upon her. All we had was platonic conversation. But she was dropping these hints that both of us, not hints, she was telling me that both of us should go to England or Europe. She didn't specify which country in Europe. We should go to Europe and start a business in Europe. My people, when I saw her, the Most High asked me the question and bring to my attention my answer from the previous day to teach me a very important lesson. That these people has the ability to put these thoughts into your heads and to evoke your pleasure center in your body to cause you to become aroused, sexually aroused, etc., etc. My people, we believe that the Caucasians and us are the same. We don't understand that we are not the same, that they have powers which their father have given them, and by virtue of their nationhood, their progenitor is Lucifer. They are devils by nature. We are not the same. So when we are in our ordinary capacity, they are able to put thoughts into our heads and trouble our pleasure center and combine the troubling of our pleasure center to the filthy sexual demonic thoughts they put into our heads and have us believe that this is my thoughts, this is my idea, this is my desire. My people, it is their desire to ensure that we never go in pursuit of attaining the full godly characteristics that the Most High has put into us. For those of us, my people, the Most High have caused me to overcome many things, to understand many things about the Caucasians and the way they use demonic and other forces to affect us. And anytime I overcome one, because they want to have control over me, they dive deeper into the pits of hell to come up with stronger, more powerful demons to try to oppress me. My people, I am not running from these demons. I am facing these demons head on because I know the Most I have put it in me to be able to withstand anything these demons do to me, to understand them and to inform the Israelites about what are their capabilities, their strategies, and their intent. In the same way I am bringing to you the Thai story, I will bring to you other story. My people, when I tell you, when you get involved, when man get involved in homosexuality, bestiality, and abortion, that devil and demon possess them. The Most High withdraw his spirit from them. My people, you don't believe me. Story number 2, I told you the story again. But I'm going to a bigger story. But I want to take you on this journey in series so that you can understand. In 2020, when the pandemic just started, it was about April. A Saturday in April, I went to Santa Monica. And I went to Santa Monica to pray. Why? I just went there to pray. I didn't know why. So I went into what they call the Thungvers Park. This is a park where the Caucasians, the California government, the Santa Monica City Council, uprooted a black community through eminent domain, and they built this park right where this black community used to live. They built a city hall, the fire department, and some other things there. They had other places they could have built these things, but they built it right there because they wanted to get the black community out of that city of Santa Monica. Now, I went to Thungvers Park, and I was praying on my knees with my face to the ground. And the Most High told me to hold up my head. And when I hold up my head, I saw a Caucasian couple walking in the park holding hands. And a fat Mexican walking behind them. He had a bottle in his hand. And the fat Mexican take the bottle and crack it over the Caucasian guy head. When he did that, the Caucasian guy started crying for help. Help, help! The Most I said, don't get involved. Because he is controlling the devil that was controlling that fat Mexican man. And he instructed the devil to have that fat Mexican man to hit you over the head with that bottle so you can be rendered unconscious. Don't get involved. When the spirit told me that, I watched them and they laughed, and the lady watched me, and he was summoning me for help to help him to control the fat Mexican fella. I watched him and I laughed because the Most High Spirit told me that is the angel that defends me, that diverted the Mexican man to do to him what he intended that Mexican man being controlled by the devils to do to me. I watch him. He managed to subdue the Mexican man because by this time he have relinquished his hold upon the devil that controlled the Mexican man. And when the Mexican man realized what he had done, You know what he did? He started running because he was afraid. He was frightened now. He was in a panic mode. He was in retreat mode. So the Caucasian boy was able to subdue him. He held him in a chokehold, like he wanted to kill him. And when I see that, I went over to him. I said, listen to me, my brother. You subdue him already. He's not resisting. Release your chokehold. Because if he dies as a result of this hold, I am going to tell them that you held him in a chokehold and I told you to release the chokehold. You'll be charged for murder. And then I left and I went about my business. No, I went back to pray, finished my prayers, and then I went on my business. Police came, etc., etc. My people, I am bringing this to something that I discovered newly. In 2021, for about 8 months straight, I was sitting on my little hangout spot on Grand Avenue and Temple Street. And there was this small, short, she was about 5'3", Caucasian young lady. She will walk with her dog. And the first day she passed, I could remember it like yesterday. She was wearing a shorts, and my eyes was taken to her calves, her legs, and her buttocks, her posterior, her bottom, her butt. I noticed she had very well-developed calves. Little bigger than normal, but well-developed. She had very nice, well-developed legs. And her butt was well-developed, very firm, strong. You could tell she's a strong young lady. My people, she would pass every morning. She'd be wearing a mask, because everybody was wearing masks, except for me and a few others. But for heaven's sake, I could not see her face. I could not see her eye. I could not see her forehead. I could not see anything above her chest. Every time I see her, my eyes were directed to her calves, her legs, and her butt. Even when she wasn't wearing a mask and I tried to look at her face, my eyes could not focus upon her face. My eyes was carried to her calves, her beautiful calves, her well-structured, developed legs, and her very firm butt. She had bigger butt than you will find on a Caucasian woman. My people, no matter how hard I tried to see her face, I could not see her face. My eyes was diverted to her calves, her legs, and her butts. My people, this went on for about 8 months. She will pass every day. Sometimes I will see her twice a day. And no matter how hard I tried to see her face, I could not see her face. Fast forward, last week, Sunday, or week before Sunday, 2 Sundays ago, I went to Santa Monica Beach just to hang out and watch people, as I normally do. And when I reached in the area of the boardwalk, a Caucasian lady was standing right here. I know she was waiting for my appearance. How do you know that? As the story goes on, you'd understand. This Caucasian lady, she had 2 of the best looking breasts I have ever seen. They wasn't all big, but they were big enough, and they stood up like if they have a bone in them. and they were voluptuous, and she had cleavage, and she was wearing a dress that was lightly fitted, that held her bust that was standing. It doesn't appear as if she was wearing a bra, but there were these two big grapefruit on her chest, standing up, and the nipples were pointing forward. I tried my best not to focus, but I could not help myself but to focus on these breasts. I wanted to see the face of the woman who carried these breasts, and no matter how hard I tried to see her face, I just could not see her face. As long as I was facing forward, I could only see her breasts. She was standing at the side with her breasts facing me. However, when I passed her, I didn't look back. I continued my journey. Remember, I was walking and I passed her. My people, about a minute in my walk, the lady was in front of me again. I was planning to walk across to the beach to go and pray. The lady was in front of me again, standing with her two big, voluptuous, beautiful breasts in front of her. When I start walking, I pass her now. She start walking. So now her back was turned to me. I was able to view the shape of her entire body from the behind. And when she turned to face me again, I tried to see her face because I wanted to see the face of the woman who was carrying such beautiful breasts. I could not see her face. My eyes was only diverted to her breasts. My people, when I was going across to the beach, she was a little in front of me. She sat heading across to the beach where I intended to go. And when I see her going in the right direction, I changed my plans to go somewhere else. And when she see I wasn't following her, she immediately changed her course and come back onto the boardwalk and was now walking in front of me. When I see her do that, I go back to my old plan and I went where I was going, where I changed my mind from after I see her going there. And I prayed. After I finished my prayer, I started thinking about this whole experience. And it took me back to my short friend with a very solid butt, nice form, strong legs, and beautiful calves. And I say, these people, these Caucasian women, have the power to divert your attention to that thing which they are comfortable and confident of about themselves. My short friend with the legs, thighs, and ass was confident that she had very beautiful calves, very strong, beautiful legs, and a nice ass. And she diverted my attention from her face, which she was not confident of, to her posterior, to her legs, and to her calves. And the lady on Santa Monica Beach with a very beautiful, voluptuous breast was not confident in the way her face looked. So she was able to divert my attention from her face and keep it only to her breast. My people, this is one of the things that are happening to black men who get involved with white women. They spend their entire relationship using the demonic force to divert the man's mind and eyes to that which he saw on that lady, which attracted him to her. And as long as he is focused And those qualities, those physical qualities that draw his attention to her, he will always remain in that relationship. He is under a spell, in other words. My people, in the same way, Thais was able to put the thought in my head that she was sexy and beautiful and attractive, and in the same way she was able to trouble my pleasure center and cause me to have an erection. And because I thought the thoughts that she placed in my head was my thought, and the erection that I am having was as a result of what I thought about her. My people, if the Most High wasn't there to rescue me and to put me in a scenario the day before and to cause me to revert to my thoughts of Thais the previous day and to ask that critical question, I would have been trapped by this Caucasian lady forever. My people, if that happened, all of these information, all of the lessons I would have learned about the Caucasian, I will never bring it to you for fear of offending the lady who I am smitten by and with. Our people would have been in darkness, even more darkness today. And Obadiah prophecy would never have come to pass. But because the Most High rescued me from being smitten by this lady, this devil, who has accumulated the powers from her father Lucifer and were using those powers upon me, my people, we would not have all of these information here today. My people, when the Caucasians use their demonic and other forces to speak to me, to put thoughts into my head, I am able to disown the difference between that which they put in my head and my thoughts. There are many attacks that they have launched upon me. The Most High have given me the wisdom and the power to overcome them. That is why they have to dig deeper into the pits of hell to get greater and stronger demons to come out with new techniques to attack me with. And my people, I am not running. I am staying right here. I am enduring all of the attacks of these demons because I know very soon I'll be able to overcome them again. As I develop the godly qualities that the Most High put in me through my faithfulness to the Most High, I am able to overcome the demons that they brought to me. My people, you know, as I learn, I share with you. As I learn, I will share it. It is not about me. It is about the rising of the Israelite nation to a place where we understand that not because the Caucasian and the Israelites progenitors came from the same womb, it does not mean we are the same. One is a full-blown devil. He does not have to do anything to get the power of his father, but to do everything that his heart desires to do. Everything that is evil, everything that is impure, everything that is wrong. The Israelites, on the other hand, we are gods. And in order for us to acquire or attain our full godly status, we have to be submissive to the Most High. We have to be obedient to the Most High. We have to deny ourselves from indulging in the pleasures that the Caucasians will entice us to indulge in. My people, they put these thoughts into our heads. We think the thoughts are our thoughts. We dwell on these thoughts and we act on these thoughts. It is only when they keep us distracted and they keep us in our ordinary state, they are able to oppress us, to control us, to enslave us. My people, the Most High want us to be faithful to Him so that we can grow and we can achieve our full potential as gods and be able to easily overcome the devil even in his full capacity. O great supreme and sovereign Most High, as I'm finished speaking to your people, let your Holy Spirit go with my words. Let your Holy Spirit lend clarity where I would have lent confusion. In Yahushua's name I say, let it be done. My people, my name is Chief Strongblood, St. Vincent and the Grenadines' favorite and most hated son, the Diaspora Machismo. I am out.